my latest project. We're still dealing with a predator. We think maybe the predator's been taken out. We've not lost any more hens, but they've all been staying close to the house, and they're sitting on our fence over there. We've made an enclosure, so when they're sitting up here, they're not vulnerable. And we had to figure out a way to keep the goats out, so I thought I'd share what I did. First we opened that up, and they ended up tearing that bit of patch that was used to fix that cyclone fence before. And it just got to be a nuisance, and she actually got her head stuck in one of the prongs, so we thought, well, that's not going to work. So I thought, I took a piece of scrap fence and put it on the corner, I don't know if you can see from here, that I just wired it in with the prongs from the fence, and then used double-sided hooks, latches, to close it up and just leave a gap down at the bottom for the chickens to come through, and even the little goat's not been able to come through there. Or she hadn't tried it, it's not comfortable for her. So that's been working. And I was wanting to build something over here, but we're getting ready to move, and this thing's falling apart. Whoops. And I was going to use it, and I realized it's not. That's not a good job. Not going to work out very well. So I saw this at the auction, and I didn't realize when I bid on it that it was actually a modified wheelchair that someone had turned into a garden cart. That's what it was selling as, listed as. And this morning I took apart the pieces that were around the edges here, and then at the bottom where you can see where the paint is missing. And I tried to put the old dog crate, but the top of it won't fit. Not that it needs to top there. And initially I wanted to take this dog crate that we got for free. Just asked what someone was going to do with this. It was messed up. And I plan on taking it apart and using the sides and redoing this, but we need something a little bit more now, and I don't want to commit to taking something apart that I probably will never put back together again properly. And I just used, this is from the pieces that I took off from there, and got them placed in. I'll get my husband to come out here and do this. He's got a lot more strength than I do in my hands and fingers. So, and need to do a divider. I only have my jigsaw, so I need to get the circular saw and the table saw and do some other things a little bit more permanently. But this will work because we have 5 hens, 2 of which we're sure are not laying. And this has been ongoing, so it's not something that's probably not going to kill them, but I don't see them in distress, but I just want to see if there's something that we could do for them and check. But want to lure them in, but if they won't be lured in, maybe tonight we'll just get them off of the roost and put them in there. This is a old broomstick that we had, and drilled the hole so it's not going to roll on them. These are dish pans from Dollar Tree. You can get bigger ones that are a lot sturdier. These are very flimsy, and I just cut it with the regular scissors and cut those fronts off. And $1 versus $3 for something a little bit bigger, a little sturdier. I like the size of these, and I'm glad I've got this, because when I was thinking about this, I wasn't thinking dog crate. I would like something that I can access the eggs a lot easier than this, but this is a quick thing that I was able to do within a couple of hours of just kind of scrounging around, looking and finding what I can use. A piece of plexiglass is going to be the roof. I've got some plastic, it's actually a house wrap, the stuff they put on the sides of the double wide mobile homes to keep the debris from flying into those homes when they're being transported. We have some of that, and it's kind of dirty, so I'm kind of washing it and letting it dry right now. Hosed it off. And that is a boot tray. When you come in and your boots are muddy, you're supposed to go on that, and I thought, well, that will help a little bit. The plywood that's underneath there came with this dog crate. And this, of course, is a shelf from one of my Seville, I think is the brand. And it was an extra shelf. And I thought this would make a decent ramp. It's kind of steep, but they can fly over the fence, which is taller than this. So this should help them get up if any of them can get lured. They kind of travel this area, but they hadn't today because I've been in it. We never bothered to tame our hens before. I'm letting the boys tame the chicks, which I'll show you. But this, let's see, the crate, the garden cart cost me $32.50. And I'm going to use this and modify it to something else when I have all my tools and do actual a wood box. And I would like to get nesting boxes on both sides and do something a little bit nicer than this. But this will do for now. Now, this thing came with those two roosts, but they were just set on the sides down here right above the tray. And the black little chick has been going into it. And you can see where I've got the nesting boxes. I put 2 of those dish pans. But doing some reading and some research, I was told not to let them sleep in there, especially before they start laying eggs, which will be 6 months. So, no, well, they're almost a month old. So another 5 months before they're actually laying eggs. But this way they won't be pooping, because they'll poop when they sleep. So if they get in the habit of sleeping there, you're going to find poop, and you're going to end up with dirtier eggs, which we get because we didn't know this. Even though we've been doing some of this stuff for years. So to keep them out of there, I went ahead and used what they had done in the tutorial that I read. And they just put egg cartons, empty egg cartons in there to discourage them from sleeping in there. So I modified that. They're kind of wedged in, but I put screws into it on the side, on the other side. But this side I wasn't able to do it. I didn't have access without taking the roof on the other part out. So I just put screws underneath it, so if they do come down, they'll sit on that. And we've been letting the grandsons tame. They come out here and they hold and pet and just show these critters attention. They may all be roosters for all I can tell. They may not. The one in the far back, the boys noticed this. I had no idea. I totally missed it. I didn't know. But you see the one right there, that one just pooped? That one has green legs. The other one has orange. And the black chick has black legs. I didn't realize they were all different colors. Thought that was kind of neat. They don't have a dust bath back here, so I went ahead and put a little tray. I may need something a little bit bigger. I think I have something they could use that they may like better. But they're going to stay in here until they're big enough to join the full-grown hens. And we want to get into meat production. You know, I'm sure everyone's been seeing all the stuff that they're about the avian flu and different things with meat, chicken meat and eggs, and some scarcity coming down the line. But we had hoped with our hens that were brooding to let them do all the nurturing, and we can just sit back and harvest or enjoy the eggs later. But this coop is working out. It's not real sturdy. It's not. It's supposed to be for up to 6, but I can't imagine once these are full grown that having any more than these 3 full-size chicks in this coop, even if letting them free range it during the day. So I got to clean out the tray. That was easy. It was really nice. And water, we had some rain that was going sideways, and it had somehow got in here, and I was using aluminum trays, and they were flooded. So on the new trays, on those the red plastic dish pans, I drilled holes in the bottom, so you can't see it through the straws on the other one. But if water does get into it, it won't flood. So, just a quick update. Thanks for watching.